Arnold Wayne says, many textual scholars say that First Peter was not written by St. Peter because he was illiterate and couldn't have known Greek. But couldn't he have just dictated it to someone to write it for him? It's actually Second Peter that gets the most criticism as not being written by Peter. Most scholars accept that Peter wrote First Peter. But the language is a little different in Second Peter. It's actually a little more sophisticated. And so they say, oh, too sophisticated for Peter. And so, Second Peter's always been a question. Look, it's a fact. The Greeks dominated the whole area. You had Greek Jews. You had, that lived in Samaria, and Alexander the Great conquered the whole area 3 centuries before the church got there. And you had to know Greek to survive. It's like somebody in the European Union trying to get by without knowing English. Okay? English is the dominant language of the world today. By country, not maybe by population, because the Chinese, of course, they have 10 different dialects, so I don't even know if they're in the running. But even Mandarin, could probably, by population, outrank the United States and England and all the other English-speaking countries. But if you add up all the countries that speak English, it's overwhelmingly English in the world, okay, compared to any other country, except maybe for Spanish. That's a possible running second. But it's like, not knowing English when all the politics and the intercourse that we have with each other between the European Union and the United States, you have to know English to survive, especially in business. So you're like forced to know it, okay? And they're taught it in schools in the European Union. They're taught English in schools. So everybody has a certain level of being able to communicate in English, no matter what country you go to. And I've been to a lot of them, and that is, in fact, true. You can just say to them, do you speak English? And they'll say, yeah, I speak English. And if you don't know their language, whether it's Polish or Italian or whatever it is, they can usually communicate with you very well. So same was within the culture of, that whole Asia Minor, Egypt, that whole circle there, Mediterranean area. Greek was the lingua franca, so to say that Peter didn't know Greek is laughable. It is. It's laughable. But, you're always going to get these scholars who try to say that the authors of the New Testament aren't the authors of the New Testament. That's what liberal scholarship does all the time. These guys spend their lives trying to do that. Okay, so at any rate, yeah.